I saw the thumbnail for the video and quickly turned away.
Oh yeah, he's scared shitless of him.
And then I grabbed my phone.
尾上、渋谷ニュース聞いてるか？早く見てみろ。僕らの動画が特集されてる。
Thunderbirds are go. I'll probably get copyright striked one day for just using that. Hello there.
Is it copyrighted?
Who knows? I'll probably get in some sort of trouble. Get in trouble for everything nowadays.
Your audio is breaking up a lot right now.
Is it? Must be
Yeah.
my shitty internet, potentially. How am I
Oh
now?
no, do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I think I know what it is.
You sound
'Cause
a
I'm
bit weird as well.
Do you know what? It's because I'm yeah. Because I've stopped downloading The Evil Within.
Wow. That must have eaten up all your bandwidth, which is crazy.
It was downloading at my full speed, and I think when you download at the full speed, it just starts affecting other stuff.
Yeah. It'll probably have priority or whatever as well.
Yeah, fucking Steam.
But a totally slick intro there. Hello there, I am Ash Mannix, and once again, I'm with my wonderful co-host, Kuxel.
Hello, everyone.
And it's been a while. I don't know if I'm going to get this out in time. No, I'm not, because I'd have to edit this while working, which I could technically do, but maybe I should. Maybe I don't know. So there's probably going to be a week's gap for Chaos Child. But we're once again playing Chaos Child, and you can see here that, oh no, the dates are showing. 18th of June was the last time we played this, which was ages ago. So, yes.
Where does the time go?
Into Shirinagasu Island, streaming Full Throttle, Elden Ring, and playing a little bit of Valhalla. Mainly for me.
We haven't played Elden Ring in like 3 weeks now.
Have we not?
3-4 weeks.
Has it been that long? Fuck, time flies. But yes.
We've been playing Metal Gear.
Oh shit! Yes, of course, Metal Gear Solid series. What the fuck, Ash Mannix? Why can't you? What's wrong with your brain? I was literally been rewatching the stream of that this week. I caught up, by the way. I watched up to the end of MGS2, which was fun.
You don't need to watch them. You're in them.
I know, but like, well, you rewatch these episodes.
Yeah, because they're fun.
I know, so that's why. Am I not allowed to watch things for fun? I know I'm a miserable bastard, but I'm not allowed to like enjoy things. Thanks, Kuxel.
I'll just tease it, man. I appreciate it.
No, it's great. Guys, go to Kuxel's channel and watch the MGS playlist. Like, we're playing through. I say we. Kuxel is playing through all of the Metal Gear Solid series. I am jumping on and watching him play and basically interrupting him and ruining the story.
We chill. Oh man, I tell you what, right? Gotten quite the fucking backlog of games to play now because I want to. We're doing the Metal Gear Marathon. I've been wanting to do that for a long time.
Yes.
But I also want to do Devil May Cry, Resident Evil, maybe even a bit of Final Fantasy, and now I've got The Evil Within, and it's adding up.
Well,
it's adding up.
I mean, it's always going to, isn't it? That's when you're doing playthroughs that are long, and you have a full-time job. And even if you didn't have a full-time job, these are like it's eventually going to fill up if you only have like 3 or 4 games lined up. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
try not to get that. What is it? The kind of like where you freeze because of the amount of stuff you have to do. There's a word for it. There's a term for it. But like, just be like, well, it's fine. It's good to have a lot to play because these are games. It's not like work or taxes where you really have to do them by a deadline. But yes, once again, I think I'll go over the last episode if I can remember it. It's been so long. We were following, and I can't remember the girl's name, blonde-haired girl. She met up with the police detective. We overheard what they were listening to their conversation. detective is wanting to work with her to try and find out what's going on with these weird cases. And our main character ended up having a delusion once again. We chose the positive one, and it got weird. He imagined them as like some sort of crime fighting duo, and the girl as a quote miniskirt detective. End
That was
quote.
just his fantasy, though.
I know, and it's getting kind of tiresome because they're a bit lame, but still kind of creepy. At least be like the early ones were hilarious. But yes, so this is where we are, and I will load the data, load, and I'm going to switch off the avatars this time, because I always forget to do that. October the 6th, 2015, Tuesday, 9 p.m. In front of Shibuya Station. Okay.
Are we going to see another incident?
Potentially. The place was as crowded and noisy as ever. The footsteps of people rushing to the station to get home after work, the voices of people talking into their phones about where to meet for drinks, the screams of joy as old friends were reunited. I can't relate to any of these people, except for the get home after work one. It all blended together, and all had an effect on anyone who passed through it, and for a moment. 6 years after the Shibuya quake, the city had been rebuilt to the point where there was nothing left to remind you of it. Everything was up and running again until a few years ago. Many people would stop and stare and wonder at how everything was new, but not anymore. The slogan of the restoration efforts, Shibuya, a city reborn, had such an effect on people that the past was beginning to be forgotten. At least, for people who weren't in Shibuya during the earthquake. Just a 1 minute walk away from the station was the Shibuya Earthquake Memorial. Kurusu made sure to visit once every week. She would put a flower down by the name of her best friend from elementary school and pray silently. It was only a short distance from the heart of the city, but the noise and commotion didn't reach this place. This place was somberly constructed and pure, as if it wanted to be separated from all that. Today was October the 6th. The quake was on November the 6th, so this was the same day of the month. Maybe that's why there were so many flowers. Some of them were lying scattered on the ground.
Ooh, CG.
There was no one around. Wait, let me if I remember correctly. Thumbnail. Yeah, that's a cool CG.
Her neck still looks weird.
It's not as weird though. It's a bit less weird. There was no one around. Sometimes people would come at around 10:30 p.m. when earthquakes struck, but other than that, the place was mostly empty at night. Kurusu went around the area, grabbing up all the scattered flowers she could see and putting them on nearby dais. She'd done it many times before. It was all part of her routine. So how are we going to do the voices? Were you doing the girls?
I was told, or rather, it was said that I should probably do all the girls because I wear a ribbon, apparently. That was the only rationale. Now, if I haven't scared away everyone with my terrible voice acting yet, I can still do that.
Yeah, go for it. It's just like someone had asked us ages ago that, or they'd said that they like to listen they play the videos and listen to it while doing other stuff, and because we don't voice the Japanese sections, it's a bit hard to follow then, so that's why we're doing this.
Oh, that was the reason behind it, was it?
That was the reason, and then the decision on what voices to use was, I believe, someone else.
Anyway,
potentially, but yes.
Let's carry on. What do I do?
Kurusu was thinking about what had happened a few days before, and about her younger brother, Miyashiro. She had a younger brother.
Why is why is this scene playing now? It's Himura saying, "You're going to be killed, Miyashiro Takuru." That's not to do with Kurisu right now.
No, that seemed very out of place unless she heard that sentence as well.
Oh, did she? I was under the impression she hadn't heard it.
I was under that impression as well, but apparently she'd heard it clearly.
Is what the game says.
Yes. Hinai Arimura had said those words to Miyashiro. No.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, she said Takuru, which is I don't feel like I have to voice characters' names.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I didn't know whether to click forward or not. No, that was impossible. There was no way her brother was about to get caught up in something because of what he'd learned.
Not literally brother, but yeah. But then this one is just
What she A sudden wind blew the flowers out of her hand. They scattered away from her.
pesky wind.
It's a lot of...
And that one means...
All she could do was watch. For a moment, she tried to reach out and grab them, but her hand clawed uselessly at the air. Before the feelings overwhelmed her, she turned toward the place where her friend's name was carved.
Hey.
She rubbed it gently. The familiar sensation came to her through her fingers.
What do I do? Is what she says.
But the name, Senri Minamisawa, just echoed the question back to her.
Nice. What the... What?
I didn't click anything. Right, so this is Takuru. What? How? No, I'm gonna throw that thing out the window. Anyway,
Alexa, shut up.
yeah, I think I like it. It's rare for you to get such a good angle. Come on,
man.
man.
Ito, you need a better microphone, man.
Yeah, what is going? Oh wait, yeah, what is going on? Is that from the camera or is that him talking to him live?
I think they're on like Zoom or something.
Shit, Zoom. Come on, man. Just so you know, that was a pain to put up. Did you hang it up somewhere? On some kind of metal pipe or something stuck along a wall. Right, so remember they were talking...
Yeah.
In the last episode, they were talking about potentially putting a camera somewhere to keep an eye on a specific spot. I think a spot where there was a lot of pictures of the samurai faces. A lot of the stickers.
You mean the seal?
Yes.
The Rikishi sticker, isn't it? Or something?
Yes. That thing.
Sumo sticker, that's it.
I mean, I did say sumo, but yes. Sumo. Yes, that thing. The one with the third hidden eye that... Yeah.
The double face.
Yes. No, you mean a drain spout. It takes the rainwater that builds up on the roof and... No one cares. I use my own money to pay for the rubber bands I used to tie it up. Pay me back tomorrow. What? You're the one who decided to put it there. And this was your idea, President Miyashiro. Ugh. Just so you know, we're all taking turns picking up the data. Fine. Anyway, it's really a pain to have to go there and pick it up. Could you get one that can transmit wirelessly? They're expensive. And if we tried to do wireless from there all the way to Hekio or this place, that'd be a huge pain.
そっちは
So what about it? What about you? Oh.
え
Huh?
有村さんだよ。会えたのか
Arimura, did you get to see her? I guess. It depends on how you look at it.
明日話すよ。結構面白い情報が手に入ったから。
I'll tell you tomorrow. I got some interesting information.
なんだよ、今言えよ。
What? Tell me now.
そろそろ渋谷ニュースの放送が始まるんだよ。
It's almost time for Shibuya News' broadcast.
今日放送あるのか
Huh? There's a broadcast today? You should have been more careful.
ちゃんと全部チェックしとけよ。今日の更新文の最後に書いてあったぞ、伊藤部員。
You need to check everything more carefully. It was at the very bottom of today's update, club member Ito.
やかましい
Stop! He hung up on me angrily. I put the phone down and checked the time. About 5 more minutes. Ooh, nice screen, nice wallpaper. I opened Shibuya News and waited for the broadcast to start. After that, Arimura had waited about an hour before she'd come out of cafe at LEX. I thought about pretending to run into her, but I didn't want to go up to her too fast and have her find out I was listening. As I waited for the right moment, she got in a taxi and left. She was probably heading to the Shibuya police station for an interrogation. This was amazing. I wasn't able to talk to Arimura, but I knew I'd managed to get much more important information. There was a lot about their conversation I didn't understand, but I was right about one thing. The police were treating the incidents, or at least revolving dead, as murders.
いや、警察はじゃないのかもしれない。
No, maybe not the police. That detective Shinjo, was it? He seemed to be acting separately from the rest of the police force, and he had some kind of secret about it that he'd shared with Arimura. But more importantly than that, and more importantly than anything,
会話に出てきたシールっていうのは歴史シールのことだ。
the sticker he was talking about had to be the Sumer sticker.
With that little filter on his voice, like, he sounds a little bit manic. It's weird.
I'll listen to it again more carefully. From what he'd been saying, I was sure of it. And while he knew about the sumo stickers, he didn't seem to realise their importance. Maybe he hadn't realised that they were at the other two crime scenes. Good. I really was once step ahead of the police.
Once upon a time,
I really
maybe.
was once. What?
I love keeping the mistakes in.
これはまたとないチャンスなんだ。
This is really my big chance. If I kept it up, I might be able to learn more about the case than anyone else. More than the ignorant kids getting ready for the festival. More than the people who had to cling to the internet for information. More than even the police. More than Kawahara, that jerk who called me a pretend reporter. And more than the rest of the class who called me a camera kid.
情弱を全員見返してやれ。
I'll show all those wrong-siders. Getting fucking weird, man.
はい。2015年10月7日0時になりました。皆様、ようこそいらっしゃいませ。K さんと申します。
Right. Let's see. It is now 12 a.m., October the 7th, 2015. Welcome, everyone. I'm Kay, your host.
Shibuya News Net Radio started just like I had said it would. Kay's voice was as pleasant and clear as ever. The last broadcast was after the Love Hotel incident, so it would have been September 30th. It had been about a week.
まとわりつく暑さはもうなくなりましたね。 発表されている通りならしばらくは過ごしやすい気温になると思いますが、いかがお過ごしでしょうか。
That awful muggy heat is finally going away, isn't it? If the news is right, the temperature should be good for a while. I hope you're all enjoying the weather.
As I listened to her voice read out all the latest information from Shibuya, I grabbed the magazine off a cabinet shelf. It was a back issue of Cool Cat Press that I had bought, or rather, been forced to buy from Gen. Oh wait, is this when he broke into his caravan and was like, oh!
Yes, it was that bag. I recognize it. Although they're just going to use this bag as shorthand for anything he bought from Gen.
Just like with Kay's broadcast, it had been a while since I'd spent any time with this. Is he? I paid.
He's just looking through it. Yeah.
Yeah. What? Isn't it porn though?
I think some of it is, and some of it. Think of it like FHM or something like that. There's more than just pictures of girls in there.
Or there's not enough pictures of girls. Wait, does FHM still exist?
I don't think so.
God, that's a throwback.
Do you know what? I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, that
I'm
was a
curious
throwback.
now. I never really bought FHM. I was too much of a goody two shoes.
I mean, I just remember it because of MGS.
Is it? I just
MGS2
remember from the guys at school and all that, and like, whenever you'd go to like the barbers, I don't know if I had a dodgy barber, but you'd have like FHM.
Because the guys in school would just bring in like actual fucking porn magazines.
Wait, what? What school?
You know what my school was like, man.
Your school was quite a good school, though. I don't know.
But anyway, still at East London School, man. But FHM was quite prolific because of the models being in MGS2. At least for us, it was. But the website is still up.
There was a magazine called Zoo as well. I remember correctly.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm on the FHM.com website. It does say not secure. Your connection to the site is not secure. Oh, fuck.
What?
Oh, shit. I'm leaving that.
What's
that doesn't sound... I don't know.
So they still exist, though?
I think they do. I'm not sure about the magazine. Not that I look at, like, Lads Mags, but I don't know if the magazine is still... I don't know if the magazine is still around or not.
You know, I still find it crazy to this day that they had topless women on page 3 of The Sun. Like
I think they stopped doing that.
Yeah, they stopped that a while ago, and I was like, how is this a thing? You could just buy this newspaper. Like, it's not like a top shelf thing or anything. It's just there, and just page 3. Is there here?
Mate, you know, like fucking, we would go at lunchtime to chicken shops, right? And the chicken shops would have newspapers on the top. One of them was The Sun, so obviously the guys would just go to it and be like, while getting their chicken.
That's why they had it there. But it's so mental. Like here's the news and a pair of tits. What the fuck? I remember just thinking that's kind of mental, man. And eventually they took it away. The Daily Star or something, that was even worse. God,
I honestly don't remember. Like,
The
Sun is the famous one.
The Daily Star was like basically The Sun. It was like a red tabloid, UK tabloidy newspaper, but it had
red top.
Yeah,
a red top. Yeah,
it had more bubanis in it. For some reason, so it's like even trashier. Man, weird times. Let's see. I paged through it looking for an interesting article. It was still mostly junk. 10 ways to make your ideal girl like you. How to tell your ideal girl you like her. What to say to your ideal girl to get her into your bed, etc. My ideal girl, mate, at this stage, I'll take any woman. There were a lot of articles that were of no interest to me whatsoever. Nope, none at all. Okay, if you say so, mate.
Yeah, keep telling yourself you might actually believe it.
Well, to be fair, he doesn't need it because he has his childhood friend.
Who's Serica?
Yeah. Damn, man.
He's not into her. I don't think, anyway.
He is, man.
Well, he said he's not last
He
time.
said a lot of things, right? But
He has said a lot of
if he's-
things. He's done a lot of things. But
yeah, and his delusions, half of them involve her getting involved. So, like, I'm not saying that he's in love with her. I'm just saying that, you know, he would not say no if she offered.
I'm just saying he's a horny teenager. So
I mean-
obviously there's a girl in front of him, and it's like, oh man, what if?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a horny teenager anymore. I'm just a horny old man. And I'm more or less the same, so I get it. As I carefully read through these articles, which did not interest me at all, I found a small section in the back that was something a little different. Rorschach will reveal her naked heart. How to know exactly what she's thinking. The article consisted of strange symmetrical drawings in black ink, along with commentary from a psychoanalyst about what each said about your personality. Do you know I find that word? So you know the word psychoanalyst.
Yeah.
I think you just called them psychologists back in the day. I feel like psychoanalyst and psychologist are interchangeable. I might be wrong, but I'm seeing the term psychoanalyst more than psychologist, and I'm just kind of curious.
Well, a psychologist is a general term, isn't it? Then you've got psychiatrists who are the doctors who treat you.
Yeah, the psychiatrist is
Right.
medical, so they're a medical
Yeah.
doctor who will give you medicine, treat you with medicine.
Yeah, while psychologist is academic, where they
That-
study and research.
No, psychologist is the person that you sit with, and they will talk you through they'll talk with you to try and...
No, that's a
Fine.
therapist. That'll be a psychiatrist.
No, psychiatrist is medical doctor who does similar stuff, but the psychologist is the one that taught you. But it's now psychoanalyst, and I'm wondering if, as you're saying, psychologist was an umbrella term, and now psychoanalyst is the
I feel like psychoanalyst will be an academic, not one who's treating anyone, but who's studying and, you know, collecting information, statistics and research, and then studying it, essentially.
I wonder. I would Google this if I could. But
I'm not coming from any position of actually knowing this shit. I'm just saying that's
I'm
what it
pretty
sounds
sure
like to me.
psychoanalyst is just let's see. Well, do you know what I'm gonna psychoanalyst analyst. Google. A person who practices psychoanalysis. Well done. What's the difference between a psychologist and a psychoanalyst? A psychoanalyst is more like a psychologist who deals with emotional problems, but they cannot prescribe medicines. Why psychologists can't prescribe medicine? And their method of counselling is a bit different from that of a psychologist. They focus on the subconscious memories of a patient to find a solution to the current problem. Now, I don't know how accurate that is, because that seems to be the difference between a psychologist. Noodle.com.
Wait a minute. Wait, the only difference seems to be whether or not they prescribe medicine.
No, but psychologist doesn't surprise. A psychiatrist prescribes medicine. They are a medical doctor specializing in mental
Well,
health.
what are you reading then? It said that
Yeah,
psychologists do.
that sounds like ass from pinkvilla.com, so I don't know what website that is. But that's the top search result that comes, which is not helpful. Psychoanalysis, set of theories, therapeutic techniques that deal in part with the unconscious mind, which together form a method treatment for mental disorders. Sigmund Freud. Right, so like, yeah, what psychologists used to be. Sigmund Freud was a psychologist, so I just think... I'll need more time to look into it, but I think it's nuanced. Anyway, let's see. Right. Or at least, it was someone who claimed to be a psychoanalyst. And at the very end, there were even diagrams on how to use these pictures to see how popular you are or how compatible you were with a certain girl.
もう何でもありだなこの本
Magazine's got everything, doesn't it? Huh?
It was a good bargain, wasn't it?
This magazine's got everything, doesn't it? That doesn't sound right. This magazine's got everything, hasn't it? I don't know. I whispered to myself.
No, this magazine's got everything, doesn't it? Sounds right.
I don't know why it sounds a bit off. This magazine's got everything, doesn't it? Oh well. The Rorschach test was a famous personality test. The test involved pouring black and red ink down a folded card and spreading it out to create a strange symmetrical shape. Different people would see the shape as a dog's head or a man and woman kissing, and what you saw told you about your personality. But the idea of using it to determine your popularity or your compatibility with a certain girl was just so stupid I had to laugh.
Do me a favor. Oh man!
この
What?
図形は
Did you want to see the whole thing?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you to get rid of the text box, and then we could just look at the pictures and see what we see.
Okay.
I don't think you can go back to it.
These are sad times. Wait,
Leave it. Just carry on.
doesn't even have it.
No, you haven't got it there.
This one's a sheep. Huh.
何々これが羊などの毛に覆われた動物に見えたあなたは本心を隠そうという意識が強く女の子には何を考えているかわからない人ととても警戒されています
Let me see. If you saw this as a fur-covered animal like a sheep don't have fur. Sheep have wool. What the fuck? You have a strong urge to hide your real desires. Girls say they don't know what you're thinking and are cautious around you.
そんなあなたのモテ度は20点ですなんだと
Your popularity rating is 20 out of 100.
Accurate.
Huh? That's not back to my senses. Snap back to reality.
Thanks, Eminem.
That was close. I almost did the whole test. I tossed the magazine on my desk. And then, as if she'd been waiting for me to finish, Kay's voice became a little more serious.
さてこのように今日も渋谷ではいろんなニュースがありましたがそろそろ本題に入りましょう
Now then, we've gone over a lot of the happenings in Shibuya today, but it's time to get to the point.
今日放送の機会を設けさせていただいたのはある一つの記事を皆さんに紹介したいと思ったからです
I'm holding this broadcast today because I wanted to introduce you to a certain article.
The point? What article was she talking about? I listened intently to Kay's words.
内容は
Oh my god, it's her.
サイトでも
Ah!
取り上げさせていただいている事件に関してのもの
The article's about something I talk about quite a lot on my site and during these broadcasts. That's right, the strange incidents that are happening in Shibuya right now.
It's that pain in the arse
Yeah,
schoolgirl who
has a lab coat.
has a lab coat and was held being an arse to the detective ages ago. Fuck, she's so annoying.
6年前
I can't even remember what she was like.
ニュージェネレーションの狂気という事件の日付と今回の連続猟奇事件の日付が一致していることは以前に述べましたが
I've told you before that these events are occurring on the same dates as the New Generation Madness, but...
It's interesting that they decided to show us who she is at this point. She was really annoying.
You're right about that.
So she was really annoying. She was very condescending to the detective. Very up her own arse. Disrespectful.
この動画はそれ以外の共通点を指摘してくださっています
This video points out another thing they have in common.
What?
It's the stickers, ain't it?
Had someone other than us noticed?
このアドレスです
This is the address.
I clicked the link she posted immediately after I saw it. It was an address for a Nikonia video. The few seconds it took to load felt like an eternity.
Them ones, when your internet doesn't work properly. Ah!
There it is. Huh?
Hate those things.
Huh? I saw the thumbnail for the video and quickly turned away.
Oh yeah, he's scared shitless of him.
And then I grabbed my phone.
尾上、渋谷ニュース聞いてるか？早く見てみろ。僕らの動画が特集されてる。
Oh no.
Oh, is it their video?
I don't know. Oh no, are you listening to the Shibuya News? Watch it now, she's reporting on her video. Oh, October the 7th, 2015, Wednesday. Sakura ga Kacho, Shibuya. Fuck, that's a difficult name to pronounce.
Nice. You did it well, though. Sakura Kocho. Fuck, I fucked up.
Trustworthiness investigation company Frisia. What is this?
Isn't that pronounced Frisia?
Frisia. Did I say it Frisia?
You said Frisia.
Frieza.
Well, whatever.
Ha! You saying?
Freezer. I love that song.
I don't know what song you're talking about, but
Oh, do you not?
no.
Hang on. I will find it and I will give it to you.
Cheers. Interesting name for whatever this is supposed to be. Oh, it's her.
それでは今回はこの辺りでお付き合いいただきありがとうございます。わずかな時間のお相手は私 K さんでした。
That's all for tonight. Thank you for listening in. This has been your host, Kay.
Wait, what's she? Where's she based? She got an alien on her
I'm-
laptop.
You know what, right? Fucking this CG makes it look like her butt is not connected to her body.
Yeah, because that looks like a butt. That this looks a bit off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That looks off. Oh well. Anyway.
時刻は間もなく2015年10月
The worst part is the
0時
text box make it look worse.
悔いのない一日
Yeah.
始められることを祈っています。
I see
I was
what you're-
about to say, I was hoping the text box would cover it, but no, it actually makes it look worse.
It does look like her legs are disconnected. Her butt's disconnected from the rest of her body.
Ah, the most disconnected ass. Anyway, it will soon be 12:22 a.m. on October the 7th. I pray you spend tomorrow in a way you won't regret.
That's an interesting way to wish someone a good day.
Yeah.
Kunosato gave her usual sign-off and ended the broadcast. Maybe one day I'll wake up to hearing that sound. Anyway, she stretched expansively, her shoulders cracking as the stretch passed through her entire body.
Right, I've sent you the song I was talking about. It's fucking great.
She knew that acting like a proper lady was the way to get listeners for these guerrilla radio broadcasts, but it still felt like she was taking things too far. After almost 100 times, she was used to it, but she'd never finished a broadcast without feeling exhausted. She's doing the broadcast in front of the detective. Interesting.
Well, he's part of the
No.
investigation now. What?
Your ass is not disconnected. Nothing. Oh, hello. This
Good
is
work,
the
Mio. Want some coffee?
interesting voice. I like it.
Have you heard her?
I mean, yeah. No, I'm saying
I'm
I
just
like
trying to mimic her voice as much as possible.
So this is the informant lady who I don't
Oh, man.
know who has I don't know if she I think the stereotype is she runs a bar, but she's actually
Yeah.
because I saw that in
Wait a minute. Wasn't it supposed to be a dude?
no, it was a woman. Oh, it sounded like it could have been a dude, but I thought it was a woman.
もらいます。
I'm not sure about that. Anyway, thanks. Oh, her name's Mio. Okay.
Mio. Shinjo watched, stunned, as Mio leaned back in her chair, crossed her legs, and accepted a coffee from Momose. No, this is Momose. This is the person who was talking to the detective.
昼間の有村といい最近の若い女の子はどうなってるんだ
First Arimura this afternoon, and now this. What's going on with young girls these days? You sure didn't look like a girl who'd been speaking into a computer microphone with a pleasant voice just a moment ago. He knew
Twitch,
this.
innit?
He knew this was what was real. What? He knew this was what was really like. What? He knew this was what was really like, but
Huh is right. You really should ask that question.
her eyes met with his.
Fucking hell.
その何をしていたんだ今のは。
What were you doing just now?
情報の発信だ。他に何がある？
Broadcasting information. What else?
Why do you have to sound like an asshole? Obviously, I'm going to ask you what the hell why you're doing that. Ugh. Ugh. That made no sense. Broadcasting information.
Alright, he is actually fucking stupid.
新庄ちゃんがわからないのも無理はないけどね。
Well, I can understand why it might not make sense to Shinjo. God, this one's gonna piss me off.
Momose glanced over at Kunosato.
ミオちゃんはうちの大切な情報屋なの。本業は研究者だけど。
Wait.
Really? I don't believe that.
Is she a woman or a
No.
girl? Right? Is she a schoolgirl? She's wearing school. That's a school uniform, isn't it? It's
That
the same
is a
school
school
uniform
uniform.
that the guys. She goes to our school.
Okay, let me carry on. Mio is one of our best information brokers. Her day job is being a scientist, though.
Our day job is being. This is fucking stupid. Okay.
はあその年でですか
Huh? At her age?
そう。アメリカの
Perspective
研究所
shift.
に飛び級で招かれた天才。
That's right. She's a genius who skipped several grades to go work at an American lab.
So American labs just hire underage schoolgirls.
Apparently.
And she, I assume, doesn't go to school then, but is wearing a school uniform.
She took their
私は
jobs.
秀才型です。天才ってやつはこんなもんじゃない。
I'm just talented. Real geniuses are on a whole different level altogether.
I don't know why this is supposed to sound modest, but she sounds like a complete asshole saying this.
Yeah, you're right. It was supposed to sound modest, but it sounded like she was rubbing his face in the dirt.
It's like, you're so shit. I'm just talented. Real geniuses are like even better.
I'm not that amazing. I'm just great.
You're just so shit that you think that I'm a genius.
Kneel before me.
それ、よく電話で話してるあなたがお世話になった子のこと？
You mean the girl who was helping you? The one you talked to on the phone all the time? Oh, why does she look pissed?
Who is Momose talking about? Kunosato nodded and started to massage her tired shoulders.
You might want to get a massager for that.
He'd had no idea. He thought she was pretty grown up for a 17-year-old, but oh, she's 17, okay.
何の研究を
What do you research?
私のプロフィールが事件と関係あるのか？
Oh my god. She's so annoying, you're right. Does my personal data have anything to do with the case?
あいやそうじゃないが
No, but why do you have to be an asshole?
ここよ。
It's right here.
Oh, cheers.
What is it?
Momose pointed at Shinjo's head. What?
頭
This is gonna get bad, isn't it?
Why?
She's a psychoanalyst. Or psychologist. Or whatever the fuck. What were we talking about 5 minutes ago? That's what she
Yeah.
is.
The head?
脳みそ。量
Oh,
子
fuck
能
off.
特別研究員。
Fuck. Right, I'm checking this. What is this bullshit?
Time for the tips.
The name, right, quantum brain dynamics. The name given to a scientific field that attempts to explain brain activity, particularly human consciousness, from a quantum mechanical perspective. Ah, you couldn't just make our brain specialist, which is like rocket scientist level of fucking intelligence. You had to make her a quantum fucking brain specialist. Fuck off, game. Whatever.
なぜ
You didn't read that.
教学園に
Oh, did I not? What?
Wait, was I supposed to read that? The brain. She's a special researcher in the field of quantum brain dynamics.
I thought you did read that.
I don't know. I don't think I did.
Because that's why I was like, what the fuck? What's she doing at Hekiho?
渋谷にある壁法はいろいろとカオスチャイルド症候群を研究するのにちょうどいいからよ。ね。
Roll credits!
Da, da, da.
Heikeho's located in Shibuya, and it's the perfect place to research Chaos Child Syndrome, right?
But she's 17. She's at the cusp of high school. She'll, you know, like how.
本題に入りませんか？
Can we get to the point?
This face is the face that I could fucking. At least
Which
Momose
one?
is that one. The girl. At least Momose is like, she's got a cheery face. You know, I don't mind.
She's a bit happy, even
Yeah.
if her eyes are a bit small and
Her
really,
eyes are a bit
really
spaced.
far apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? She seems cool, right? She seems kind of happy and cheery, and she's at least nice. Whereas,
I'd grab a coffee, yeah.
yeah, I'd have a chat. But this girl, fuck her, man. What the fuck, man? God, pissing me off. Without waiting for Shinji or Momose to agree, she continued.
有村は力士シールについて何か言っていたか？
Did Arimura have anything to say about the sumo stickers?
俺にはタメ口なんだよな。
She's not very polite to me.
You don't say.
He sighed to himself.
おい、
Oi.
Oi, governor! Sorry.
何を気にしているか知らないが、気味悪がっていただけだ。
No, I don't know why you care. But all she said was that she found them creepy.
確かか？
Are you sure?
何をそんなに気にしている？そういえば、さっきもシールについて何か言っていたな。
Yeah. Why do you care so much? To think of it. You were just saying something about the stickers, weren't you? He thought back to how different Kunosato's voice was when she was on the radio.
あれは何をしていたんだ？
What were you doing?
だから情報の発信だと言っただろ。
You know, she could just say streaming. I told you. Broadcasting information.
You sound like an old man talking about streaming. I was broadcasting
like an old
information
person.
on the internet to the world. Oh, thank you for showing your back
I
to
was
me.
using the electronic display.
ちゃんと説明してあげたら？これから新庄ちゃんとは解決まで協力することになるんだし。
God help us all.
This is why Momose is cool. You're right. Why don't you give him a real explanation? You're going to be working with him until the case is solved, after all.
Kunosato didn't bother to hide her displeasure at Momose's interruption.
I'm trying to be a piss take. It's give and take, right?
もらえるものがあればいいんですがね。
I hope there's at least something of value for me to take.
I think we're supposed to assume that she's taking a seat and she's probably sitting there like in a lazy pose.
I thought she was going to grab the ashtray and just walk off with it.
That was enough to piss Shinjo off.
お前な、少しは年長者に対する敬意を。
Listen, you need to
You need
learn.
to respect your elders.
Listen,
Just put on a cranky old voice.
listen. You need to learn to respect your elders.
今年
Perfect.
発表された主要メディアの利用率を知っているか？
Do you know what this year's study said about media usage rates?
は？
Ah,
ネットの利用者は全体で7割、10代では8割、20代、30代では9割が利用していて、いずれもテレビよりも利用率が高い。
70% of people get their news from the internet. For teenagers, it's 80%. For those in their 20s and 30s, it's 90%. In all cases, it's a higher percentage than gets their news from TV. You see, that sentence just sort of died at the end.
もっとわかる。
If you limit yourself to urban areas only, the percentages are even higher.
10代、20代で新聞を日常的に利用しているやつは1割もいない。
Thank God for
それも
that.
一昨年もそう変わらん。
Less than 10% of people in their teens and 20s read a daily newspaper. That figure hasn't changed much in the last 2 years.
why are you saying thank God for that? That's bad. The literacy rate's pretty shit.
Mate, have you seen the fucking newspapers? What were we talking about earlier?
Dude, let's look the Daily Mail and the Sun. There's other newspapers.
Yeah, man, fucking at least they're there, right? Because if we ran out of toilet paper, and you know, recent events have shown us that you could run out of toilet paper, at least you've got those fucking rags there.
So it's good to have newspapers.
You don't need to read them though.
You shouldn't use newspapers for fucking toilet roll. If you flush that down your toilet, you're going to plug. Do not use newspapers for toilet roll. It will just plug up your fucking toilet.
Who said anything about flushing it? Right, just toss it into your neighbour's garden.
Fuck off! What the fuck? Fucking, I don't know what you do in East London. You grotty kids. Fucking. Oh, that's fucking nasty, man. Oh, fuck. I think I've lost Kixel. I can't hear you anymore. Have you disappeared?
Wait, can you not?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear
Sorry.
you now. Don't know what.
Sorry, I was cracking up. I killed myself with that one.
Fuck you. Know. Did you read this bit?
Man.
No, you haven't read this bit.
I did. No, sorry. Give me a moment. Over half of middle school students have a smartphone. 95% of high school kids do. Wait, why the fuck do middle school students have a Oh, whatever. And if you have a smartphone, you're using the internet.
Not necessarily. You could just be a Luddite and not know how to use it.
待て、何の話だ?
Why have they made this guy textbook Luddite? This is annoying.
This guy's an old school detective. When he goes to a crime scene, he breaks out a notepad and a pen.
Like in, what was it, Higurashi, the police detective there.
Mate, Higurashi was set in the 80s.
Oh, yeah, shit. But also, like that. Like he did. I'm not because of choice, but just because that was the way to do things.
Yeah.
Wait. What are you talking about?
普段手に入れる情報をネットだけに依存している人間がどれだけいると思う?
How many people do you think rely solely on the internet for their information?
I'm just waiting for it to say, okay, boomer. Fucking coming. Oh, look at that. Kunosato suddenly stood up and brought over the mobile PC. Mobile PC.
Laptop.
What the fuck? Kunosato suddenly stood up and brought over the mobile PC she'd been using to stream. She opened something on the screen for Shinjo to see. It was the homepage of a major newspaper, dated yesterday. There was an article about Shibuya residents suing Koshin for invasion of privacy.
これは私が起こした。
I like that there's a section that says adult.
Where's the adult section? Oh, there it is.
Medical. Yeah. I caused this.
Are you proud of that? Huh?
監視社会の問題を考える団体の一人がツイポの中毒者でな。
One of the members of a group opposed to the surveillance society is a tweeter addict.
同様の思想を持つアカウントとホームページを別々の人間としてでっち上げ。
I made a bunch of similar accounts and homepages, each of which looked like it was created by a different person. What is she trying to do?
She must have made some websites, some bullshit news websites under different accounts to post about something that she made up.
過去にあった効果的な判例に誘導し、複数人からあなたは被害者だと言われているように思わせた。
Then I pointed them to favorable judicial precedents to make it look like a bunch of people were telling him he was a victim.
What? What?
So first she made a bunch of fake accounts, then she used them to point in favor of certain judicial precedents.
What is that?
So she's trying to make him look like he was a victim.
Make
like,
who
trying to
look like he was a victim?
The person who wrote this.
Oh, okay.
踏ん切りがつかなかったようだから、週末に更新側が取った無礼な態度を録音させ、 それをネタに炎上させた。その結果が
Since he still seemed reluctant, over the weekend I recorded some rude behaviour by someone at Koshin and got the whole internet mad about it. And the result?
She's just manipulating the internet.
Yep, that's the point.
Was this, she said, as she tapped the PC.
まさか
Why cut her off?
Don't know. No way.
ネットに依存しているやつが一番食いつく情報は自分にとって都合がいいネット以外のメディアの情報だ。
When a person relies on the internet for their information, they'll accept any offline source that confirms their natural biases. That's true.
That is so true. I mean, I am guilty of that. I'm pretty sure there's people...
I don't even think it's like, you know, just based on the internet. I think people will just accept any source that confirms their biases, but, you know.
We all do it. We all do it.
Yeah.
Even when I have conversations with other people, right? Even in the groups, circle of friends that we are in. You can see what people post or what I post, and you can see the biases, or what I find funny, things that take the mick out of things that I might be, or that align with me and stuff like that. I always try to be wary of that, because that's how you go into like little echo chambers and become pretty extreme. Unfortunately, most people don't realize that. But it's so true. Look at this. Chaos Child is telling us of the dangers of groupthink, echo chambers, and the internet at large, and media.
かけてもいいが、こいつは提訴に関して私が紹介した書籍以外は一行も読んでないぞ。
I'd be willing to bet that he never read anything about the relevant case law, besides what I pointed out to him.
Is she talking about us, the main character, Takeru?
No, she was talking about someone that she fucking got hounded on Twitter.
Because we're the same. Our main character is the same. He only listens to like...
Well, yeah,
This
but I
person.
don't think he's been hounded on Twitter, has he?
No, but I'm just wondering if... Well, we're being shown here that he's an idiot for... Well, not an idiot, but that she is a manipulative asshole, and that the information that she portrays, she only does... Like, she could easily be just...
For our benefit, yeah.
Manipulating us for her benefit, and he treats her as a right-sider. The irony.
Well...
Not that I've seen his face, Kunosato continued. The way she spoke alone was enough to make Shinju believe she was telling the truth.
なんでそんなことを
Why would you do something like that?
百瀬さんから更新がきな臭いことは聞いているだろう。私も同じ考えだ。なるべくイメージを落としておきたい。そして
Alright, first of all, Momose told you that Koshin is probably up to something, right? I agree, so I'm trying to damage their public image as much as possible. And...
私が今欲しいのは力士シールに関する情報だ。
What I want now is information on the sumo stickers.
The screen was indeed showing a picture of the sumo sticker. And then...
碧峰学園新聞部
the Hekiho Academy Newspaper Club.
It is his website. It is his video. And it still only has 56 views.
Shinjo's gaze landed on a phrase in the video's introduction. Wasn't that where those kids who snuck into the Love Hotel went?
首を突っ込むなと注意しておいたのに
Oh shit. I told him not to get involved. His tone was irritated as he remembered the faces of the boy and the girl. Kunosato, however, seemed to find it rather entertaining.
なかなかに気のつく連中だ。利用できるときに利用しておく。
They're pretty perceptive. I intend to take advantage of that where I can.
She's going to take advantage of them.
今から。そうだな。12時間もすれば、この動画に力士シールに関しての情報が殺到する。
In the next, let's say 12 hours, this video is going to be flooded with information on the sumo stickers.
え
Huh?
さっきの放送での情報発信は、そのための仕込みの一つだ。
That was why I spread the information during my broadcast.
After what she told him about her dealings with Koshin, he couldn't help but believe her.
What's Koshin again?
That company who are putting up the cameras everywhere, but also responsible for the rebuilding of all the buildings in Shibuya. I believe.
I can't remember that, to be honest. Okay. What is it, Shinjo? I've forgotten how I did a voice. What is it, Shinjo? There, Koshin.
A venture capital company located in Shibuya, participates in the post-earthquake reconstruction business. Yeah. That.
Yeah. For some reason, I didn't remember that.
It was mentioned early on.
Yeah.
Nothing. You realize that you must have been looking at Momosi for an answer. Just who was this girl? An asshole. She's just an asshole, man.
ダメよ新庄ちゃん。ミオちゃんに手出したら。
Oh no, Shinjo. You can't try and seduce Mio.
Blech.
She's too young for you.
What are you talking about? She's a fucking pain in the arse. If you do me a favor, you...
I know that's how you like him.
Shut up. Fuck it. Oh, fucking hell. He felt his cheeks turn red at this entirely unexpected response.
違います。これは図星とかではなく。
Nah. I'm not blushing because you guessed what I was thinking. I'm...
分かってるわよ。まだまだね。
I know that. You've got a long ways to go.
有村は他に同類を見つけていないんだな。
Arimura hasn't found any more like her, right?
Kunosato interrupted.
ああ、そう言っていた。
Yeah. That's what she said.
であれば、次に狙われる可能性があると分かっているのは有村だけになる。
Which means the only
は知らないが、おそらく10月10日に。
Which means the only person we know about who's a potential target is Arimura herself. And we don't know why, but it'll probably take place on October the 10th.
Ah, but we're not talking... But she doesn't know about Takeru. And look at her, like... shit-eating grin, man. I don't know.
Hahaha, she's gonna die.
Yeah.
She's super happy about it.
October the 10th. The date of the vampire incident 6 years ago. And I think I'm going to stop it there. It's about an hour.
Yeah.
It's pretty late as well.
Yeah.
1 second, I'm going to switch to our avatars. Let me remember to save, because if I don't, I will cry. Next page. New page. So yes, interesting goings on. Turns out Kay is the net... What the hell is it called? Nikonia? News person that our main character Takeru is like waxes lyrical about how awesome they are. And how they're a right-sider. And it turns out she's just been manipulating everyone for her own gains because she's an asshole. So that's interesting. And it also looks like she might be using them. Like, they're setting her up to be the person that's going to like somehow manipulate Takeru and his gang to do stuff for her. That's what this is, I think, set up for. And they think Arimura is going to be the next one targeted for the next murder, but I actually think it might be Takeru, because Arimura herself said it to him. But
She did, yeah. And we even saw a flashback of that earlier today.
of her telling, yeah. So, the game is trying to hint to us. By the way, remember the things she said. So yeah, it makes me feel a little bit happy that Kay has not clocked about Takeru. She isn't as fucking amazing as she thinks she is. And my god, is she an annoying character. I get the kind of like up their own arse smart detective trope, but she just seems to be a bit over the top and just how rude she is to everyone.
I don't think she's over the top just yet. I think she is rude, though. That's just you can't deny that. She's just rude to everyone. I don't think she's over the top just yet.
I think she is. Like not. She's not extremely rude, but she's just like she just shits on everyone. The only person that she doesn't is Momose, but she even gets irritated with her as if she's just tolerating her presence. Um, and everything she says is like passive aggressive, and demeaning, and it's
Basically, yeah.
and there's no good. There's not like, do you know how Sherlock Holmes, the BBC TV series, I watched that, and he's kind of like that, right? He's an asshole to most people, but he can be funny and witty, and so you kind of laugh at some of the things where he takes the piss out of people. There is a balancing act when you've got a character, which is what they're trying to do, a Sherlock Holmes stroke that type of trope here. But she's just a pain in the arse. There's no funny, witty jokes. You don't see the intelligence. She's like, I'm streaming online.
You
My
know, speaking of intelligence, you know what really makes it worse? This detective and his complete lack of any understanding of what seems to be really common even in their universe. You know, modern living, smartphones, internet, streaming. This guy sounds like he lives in a cave and just goes to work after taking, like, I don't know, not even a shower, but maybe like dusting himself off after waking up and then just going to work.
So I think they did insinuate that he's a bit old. He's old school in his detective ways, and I think that's supposed to apply to technology as well for some reason. I think they did kind of insinuate something about that when they first introduced him as a character. I can't remember. I felt like they did say something,
Well,
but
they've really hammered it home now.
this is always a sign of bad. I feel like look. I don't know how to write stories, but see when you dumb one character down to try and make another character seem better or more intelligent, like do you know the trope of Watson being stupid and Sherlock Holmes being intelligent? Like a general, people kind of perceive that the character's that way.
Yeah.
In reality, if you read the books, Dr. Watson is an extremely intelligent person. He is a doctor and he's extremely helpful and even kind of helps Sherlock Holmes out in bits where he gets kind of stuck. He's the total opposite of what people are, like perceive him to be in the general zeitgeist, right? For whatever
I
reason.
think I think people kind of perceive him to be like Robin to Adam West's Batman.
So, yeah, and he is not. He's a lot more. And the BBC TV show, I think, kind of showed that as well. Like, because the whole point of Watson is a normal person with like he has normal intelligence, right? Like, or he is actually he's kind of smart, but like he's supposed to represent you, the reader, and you're supposed to relate to him. He's not an idiot,
Yeah.
and that's why he's there, right? Part of the reason why he's there, so the reader can relate because he will say things to Sherlock Holmes like that. The reader would be like, say, they'd be like, yeah, what is he talking about? Um, they don't dumb him down to make Sherlock Holmes smarter, right? And I feel like I've not seen anything. It's just insinuated that she's really intelligent. Well, I mean, granted, she's got a streaming platform and she's somehow got lots of people to listen to it, and this is how she's getting her information. But that doesn't strike me as massively intelligent for a person around her age, that generation who do streaming and stuff. I don't know.
Wait a minute. What does that even have to do with like quantum brain bullshit?
Well, she's manipulating people, isn't it? Because she's expert in behavior. It's not. They've not made the link yet because that's got something to do with chaos child syndrome. They just mentioned that, but they haven't said what exactly. And I'm assuming that she's researching that. Um, they haven't said how any of this ties into that. She just seems to be streaming on YouTube on the side, and
Mm-hmm.
she's doing quite well. She got a good few dedicated followers. Basically, do you know how Sherlock Holmes had he had his like the kids, the he would have like, the what were they, like poor kids around the city. He would use them as an information network because they were always out and about. They would know what's going on because they'd be doing odd jobs all over the place. So he had a network of people like that where he'd get his information from. This is supposed to be, I think, a parallel of that, but she's streaming online. She's giving out information that she knows and asking people about it, or she's giving it in a way that she knows that people are going to talk about it, and then she's going to read the posts on Twitter,
She's
and
causing a festival online. Yeah, I get it.
festival and disseminate more information from that. And it's smart. I mean, it's what I kind of get what she's doing. If you say this and this is happening and you start a conversation, other people who will know maybe a bit more are inevitably going to get involved. If you've got a lot of people, a lot of eyes or ears on whatever it is that you're streaming. But I don't know. She hasn't earned the right to be an ass. I don't know. And think back, yeah, she's just annoying. She just annoys me. Maybe I'm just an old man going, the young people think they know everything. But either way, she bugs the hell out of me. And apparently we're going to be stuck with her for a long time. So, look at that smug smile. But yes, anyway, I think we'll leave it there. It's beginning to get a little bit interesting. Hopefully this picks up more. Maybe Takaru gets in trouble. Maybe he does get targeted next, and we have his life might really be at risk. So hopefully that'll happen in the next episode, part, whatever. But for now, we'll leave it there. I am Ashmanix.
I'm Cooksell.
And we will see you next time. Bye bye.
Later, everyone.